All right, we are back with another special edition for you. Our special guest is a world renowned pyro expert and so much more in the business. He's lived to tell about it. Please welcome Pyro John Watkins.
Howdy.
John, what stories? I love your patch there, the Too Much Fun Club. You must be the president.
I was definitely a member.
That's for sure. Well, we're celebrating, of course, the release of your amazing book, Don't You Know Who I Think I Am? What a great title. It's got to ring true, especially here in Hollywood and Vegas and Manhattan and all the places where people get full of themselves, man. Talk about how you got started. Where did you grow up and what attracted you to the music business?
Uh, Houston, Texas.
Okay.
Just a young boy that loved firecrackers in the Alamo. And then my father got transferred to California. So I lived in San Jose and just went to rock concerts all the time. Just loved it. I saw my first concert when I was 10. And I saw the Beatles at the Cow Palace for the matinee.
Oh my gosh.
And then my second concert was the Rolling Stones in June of '72. It's been all downhill since then.
The Beatles and the Stones, man. That is incredible. And I know you talk about the late, great Bill Graham, who we're going to do a segment on. We can't say enough about Bill and how he was the godfather of so much of this present, festivals where they mix up the genres and it's a hybrid of music and, of course, gave so many people their starts. And, you also talk about your mentor, Hank Schmel. Am I
Yes,
pronouncing that correct?
that is correct.
And he was the godfather of pyro to you. Is that right?
Well, Kiss was doing special effects, and their manager, Bill O'Coin, decided it was time to become professional about it instead of, just this kind of backyard stuff. So he hired Hank, who was a master pyrotechnician. He did movies like Tora, Tora, Tora. And
Mm-hmm.
he does the Rose. He used to do the Rose Bowl. He was in charge of the Rose Bowl every year.
Oh, wow.
Very massive New Year's Eve display.
Uh huh.
So he hired him to come on the road with Kiss, and that's when rock and roll got introduced to like theatrical movie type level special effects.
Oh, that is exciting. And I know this book is only the scratching of the surface. You've sent me some previews of more. So it sounds like you have quite a few books in you.
Well, I wrote down when I became a grandfather and realized my grandson would be way too young to hear any of these stories, and I'd be long gone before he was old enough to hear them, which should be, I think, around 50 would be the appropriate maturity.
Okay.
And so I started, well, first I started writing them down for Rick James as a joke
Mm.
because I saw him and I said, I did 5 tours with him. And I asked him, and he was talking about the book, Memoirs of a Super Freak. And so I said, well, what did you write about me? And he goes, well, I didn't really write about the crew or the tours. And I go, well, what, you just lied in the book? I mean, just all about you? And he's like, going, he goes, well, maybe it's not my job to write about the tours. Maybe it's your job. I said, well, maybe I will. And he said, well, maybe you should, and maybe I will. So as a goof, I started writing the nastiest parts of the tours and sending them to him to make him chuckle. But then sadly, he passed away. So I had the start with the Rick James tours written, and then I started writing down the other tours for my grandson. And I was sharing them on Facebook, and people seemed to get a chuckle out of them. So there go the book.
Well, as you would agree, the eras we're talking about 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s there'll never be anything like that again. And the youth coming up today are coming into a different world.
Oh, these kids. I tell
They,
you, until you've heard a full horn section of professionals like Rick James had in
Yeah.
his horns. Until you've heard that live, you don't know what you're missing.
So many bands had horn sections back then.
Back then, you
All the
go,
great
go
R&B
find one
band, the
today.
funk bands. Yeah.
Go find one today. Good luck.
Yeah, it is it's yeah, it is definitely hard. Well, we're going to go through some great segments, but we want to encourage everyone go to Amazon, order your book. Don't You Know Who I Think I Am by our special guest, the one and only. It is Pyro John Watkins. Look at that cover. Got Edward Van Halen, Gene Simmons, Rick James, Michael Jackson, many, many more. Can't
I'm
wait.
like the world's worst promoter. I because there's something about hacking books that just skeeves me out. So I don't. I don't. I'd rather just talk a conversation and say buy my book because I'll tell you the end of the stories. I hate people that go, oh, you have to buy the book. Yeah, I'll tell you.